Hi, and welcome to Peter News, the only news show that brings you 100% of all the offbeat news that no one cares about. I'm your host, Peter Gonzalez. And, you know, summer's been busy. So I decided last week I'm going to take some time off. You know, the election is over for a few weeks. I didn't have anything to do, so I went to my grandparents' house. Many of you know I like to hang out there. So that's where I've been. You know, it's Sunday night and I posted on the show a little late, but I've been at my grandparents' house. You know, I like to go. A lot of you know I like to just go up there and unwind. So I went up there, had a great time like I always do, and you know, I'm ready to end summer on a high note. So here's to end to the last few weeks of summer here, kids. I mean, I don't like to say it, you don't like to say it, but they're here. So here's to ending summer on a high note. I'll be having a show every week until school. We're gonna be leading up to school. And then the week before school starts, we'll be on here live. And I'll be in tears, and there'll be tissues. But you know what? We will finish the summer off strong. So here's to finishing off the summer strong. Let's get to the news. A man was denied entry into Dubai because they said he had too many piercings. I sometimes feel when I go to Walmart and places, they should have a system like this. You have more than 17 piercings, you cannot enter. Tattoos cover 95% of your body or more, you cannot enter. There are no clothing on 75% of your body, you cannot enter. You gotta filter this. Dubai's got the right idea, filter. Like cameras, filter, come on. In other news, a Texas woman stole wine to go see her boyfriend in jail. Because that is just, because the visitation is not good enough. You have to be right there with him. So why not steal wine? I mean, wine. At least you get a little something out of it. You know what I'm saying? She knows what I'm saying. Also tonight, a New York woman stole I know Legos. Like, Legos were my childhood. She stole 800 Lego sets. I don't think I had 800 Lego sets in my whole childhood. She stole 800 Lego sets. That equals $60,000. And what does she do with them? She goes right back and turns on and sells them on eBay. Because that's not suspicious at all. I stole a rare 1942 limited edition Lego set. And then, oh no, and that's the one on eBay? That's not mine. What are you talking about? That's not yours. It happened to be mine. I just want to sell it now. Also tonight, okay, this might be genius or it might be stupid. Y'all can judge this. LA says their voter turnout is becoming one fourth of their population. So they have to come up with a way to boost voting. Because, doing your civic duty is not enough. You know what I always say? Diverging a little bit. You can't complain unless you vote. If you want to complain about how bad the economy is, I'm fine. Did you vote? Because if you didn't vote, I ain't going to listen to you. Okay, LA is proposing turning your ballot into a lottery ticket. So when you go to vote, you get a lottery ticket. Because money talks. People will be sitting there, change, making the country better, patriotism, apple pie. Did you say $100,000? Sorry, that's how our country works now. Also, if you say, I've got a gift card to Target, that also works. In other news, a town in Colorado, very small town, is suing its own voters. Suing its own voters. So apparently, here's how the story goes. 12 men ran for mayor. The guy that won, 12 men ran for mayor. That's basically the whole city running against each other. The man that won by 3 votes. Well, they're saying that some of the people in the town that voted didn't live there. If it's that small of a town, everybody knows everybody. Just go through the records. Oh, Johnson? I don't know what Johnson is. Hey, Phil, do you know Johnson? No. Janice, you know Johnson? No. Well, their vote doesn't count. And welcome to how small towns work. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm speaking to people from the huge city of Lake Stevens and the huge city of Marysville. Oops. Also tonight, a study said, this is a study, science, kids, science, that dogs can be jealous. Dogs have the ability to be jealous. You know, I always was worried about this. We have 2 dogs. And one will jump up on you and do everything. The other one just stares at you and waits for you to come pet it and do everything. But it loves us. And I was always worried, maybe that one's jealous of the other one that jumps up on me. And I thought, no, Peter, dogs can't be jealous. And that put away my insecurities. And now, my insecurities are back. Thanks to science. And thanks to this show. Thanks, science. Thanks, Peter News. So tonight, an Illinois girl sold her steer at the county fair for $100,000. You know, I was reading that story and I was sitting here and I was thinking about the cowboys that come to sell their steers and like they want money. I can just see them sitting around there around their spittoon. Did you hear about that guy that sold his steer for $100,000? Yeah, I heard about that guy. Where does he hail from? I heard he hails from the eastern part of Illinois. Do we know anything about this guy? No. Hey, Fred, you know anything about this guy that sold his steer for $100,000? Of course I do. That's an old man. That's a teenage girl. A teenage girl beat you at your own business. How does that make y'all feel? Go back to sleep, Fred. Nobody asked you. I'm pretty sure that went down. In other news, a New York bank robber is getting some attention because he wears different hats on every one of his robberies. Hello, police. There was a man that just robbed us with a weird hat on. What did the hat look like? The hat had a flower growing out of it. All units, please look for a man wearing a flower hat running down the street with a pile of cash. Boom, bang, bing. The guy's caught. And you thought that would work. And also, speaking of New York, Scrabble Championship started in New York, so I like Scrabble, you know. So I was reading up on some things about Scrabble and some of the words that many people use in Scrabble but don't necessarily use in the English language normally. So I always end up with the worst letters, I think, so I have nothing to spell. So I was looking at some simple words to spell. So let's go over one of my favorites. Oh, somebody was drawing on my whiteboard. There was one, I can't remember most of them. I didn't write it down. But there was one that stuck out to me. You ready for this? I'm going to write it down. And then this is amazing. I think it's pronounced I. It's A-A is how you spell it. So if you're ever sitting there with Scrabble and you have no letters, but you have 2 A's, boom. You can spell a Hawaiian lava. It's a type of Hawaiian lava is what I think it is, if I remember correctly. It's got lava. It might be a lava rock or something, but it's involved with the volcanoes in Hawaii. But it's spelled A-A. Isn't that... my life has changed. My life has changed. Y'all have no idea. My life is... I don't know when it ever... Y'all better watch out. Don't play Peter in Scrabble now. I got all these tiny words ready to use. Also tonight, a woman is creating a new line of furniture. So you're saying, furniture. What's new about this? Nope, this is new. It's flesh tone. So it gives you the impression that you're sitting on another human being. It makes for some cool pictures. But after a while, forgetting that you're not actually sitting on your aunt would get pretty complicated and would get pretty annoying. And then if you're like me, you'd get some stains on it. And then it wouldn't look like flesh anymore. And then it wouldn't be worth as much. So I don't see this, no. I don't, no. Nope, don't see that. I'm not liking that. Also tonight, a toddler snuck through... you all seen the front of the White House. It's got the black gate, the black fence. A toddler was able to sneak through the black fence. Oddly enough, the snipers did not snipe her. They let her go. First time ever a Secret Service agent says, "Whoa guys, we don't have to worry about this one." So tonight, Richard Nixon, you glad he died? No, he's just on the island where Amelia Earhart is, because he has a Twitter now. And he is actively tweeting about the issues going on in Russia and the Middle East. Because the only president to ever resign is going to give us great help diplomatically. Who knew? Finally tonight, Colorado Tortoise, Colorado Museum is getting in trouble because part of their new exhibit is putting iPads on the back of tortoises to get their point of view. Well, we can't do that because we have animal rights. And it's harmful to the animals to strap iPads on their shells. The shells I don't believe they can feel. So animal rights groups have banded together to get these iPads off the shelves. So let me get this straight. Let me hold the phone. These tortoises are having the ability to have electronics. They are privileged because they can have these electronics. But these animal rights organizations are taking these privileges of electronics away. Who's really looking out for the best interest with the animals? I'm just saying. Just on a personal note tonight, I'd like to thank Meg and Lita and everybody else that came on the museum field trips today. We went to Granite Falls Museum, and where the Fred and Penny Krueger had a barbecue for us. Then we went to the Stowe-Amish Valley Museum and then the Stanwood Area Historical Society Museum. A lot of fun as always. Got some cool souvenirs. Then we hung out at the museum for a while, the Marysville Museum. So thank you all. Thank you, Edith and Michelle, for coordinating these. If you want to come next month's a big fun month. We're going to the Western Heritage Museum, Monroe Museum, Lake Stevens Museum, all you Lake Stevens kids that are watching, and then the Snohomish Museum. So if you want to come, contact me. We always have fun. We always eat. We went to Dairy Queen this time, Peter's favorite restaurant. This week's rating is a 10. For obvious reasons, that's at my grandparents' house. I always love going up there. They always make my week a 10. And I'm not just saying because my grandma feeds me. Oh, that woman, I think I gained like 10 pounds at her house. I mean, every meal, it's like, well, it is okay. It is okay. Thank you for making this party a Friday night. Good night, America.